Back and watch film, do you focus more on negatives sometimes? I mean, one, two, three bad plays over the 25 good ones. How do you watch film in that regard?
Yeah, I think you gotta, go correct your mistakes. You don't want to look too much and feel like it was a negative game and you lost, but you want to continue to get better and continue to learn from your mistakes.
So, what did you learn from that one? Obviously, good performance overall, but what did you learn, good and bad?
Yeah, I would say there's one throw I didn't trust. I just gotta trust the throw and I'll complete it. One throw I uh, had bad feet, bad fundamentals, and another I just could have gone somewhere else with the football.
Jared, you played these guys what 2 times now, Iowa State.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, once.
okay, and I understand your eyes have to be on point with
Yeah.
what these guys do. Whether they give you a light box, whether they can get into a heavy box. What do you, just in lay terms, what are you looking at when you're seeing all these different things they're doing?
Yeah, so with these guys, I try to divide the field in half. So because they do so much stuff in the back end and drop eight a lot, you kind of want to look, all right, to the boundary, what coverage are they playing here? To the field, what coverage are they playing here? So that's really what my eyes are looking for, and then you really got to be decisive with your decisions and find, little small holes within the defense.
Is this a defense where you kind of have to embrace the 4 and 5 yard gains?
No doubt. I mean, you want to try to be second and five, instead of second and 10.
You extended plays Saturday, and I'm not necessarily running for big gains, but just moving outside the pocket. I know you've talked about wanting to do that. Do you feel you did that well, and you're more comfortable now doing that in games?
Yeah, I think I'm just being, decisive with it. If that 1, 2, 3, all right, run. It's not 1, 2, 3, all right, escape, try to make a play. I'm more, okay, read's not there, take off and run. Just decisive with my running.
One more on their defense. Obviously, Rose is a guy everybody knows, but
Yeah.
they've got a lot of familiar names
hmm
on that defense. Is that helpful, knowing what these guys do and their talents and abilities?
Yeah, I mean, they're just good. Helpful to know that they're pretty good. You just got to go uh, prepare really, really well. And like I said, I'm just going to have to be really decisive. And
What did they do against you last year that caused so much problems? Can you remember back to that game?
I just think last year we just didn't come ready to play. Yeah, we had about six starters out too, and just was not a good game for us.
A combination
Yeah,
of a lot of things.
a lot of different things.
What was that plane ride back home like for you after first true road win in almost 2 years for the team?
Yeah, I mean, a happy plane is so much different than coming home with a loss, and it just felt so much different because we've been wanting to have one of those for a very long time now. Um, and that's really like all I could think about after the game was, yes, we get a happy plane ride home, and it just felt really good.
Do you think
What did
that
the emergence of the second running back do for your offense Saturday?
Yeah, I think Tony stepped up, and he takes some hits off Letty, and I'm actually really glad to see you know him shine on Saturdays because he is one of the hardest workers on our team.
do you think a win like that can really be like the catalyst to turning the season around and salvaging what you have left of it?
Yeah, our focus was being 1-0 each week, and beating TCU is huge, and now our focus on is beating Iowa State, and we want to be 6-0 in these next couple of games, starting at TCU, and being 1-0 starts it off the correct way.
Neil said he wasn't sure. A lot of the players could remember the score from last year's game. Do you remember the score from last year's game?
Yeah, 42-6. Yeah, we had it up on the board. I think on our little graphics all through winter and summer. So yeah, that's planted in my head pretty well.
You come from a coaching family or coaching line. I know your brother, your dad, and all that. Have you thought about it? Is this something you want to follow too? Is it just ingrained?
Yes, sir. I think I'm doing a coaching master's here at West Virginia right now. And once I'm done with my playing career, I think that's the path I want to take too. Hopefully, I can jump in with my brother or get on the staff here or whatever uh, comes in my way.
I'm sure you've been asked about this all season, but what's it been like kind of just watching Garrett's development and having to come off the field at some points for a freshman and and just trying to root him on while wanting to be on the field at the same time?
Yeah, he's came a long way since he's got here, and I try to give all the advice I can to him. When he's on the field, I cheer him on, like you said. I try to look at the defense from a sideline perspective, try to slow it down just from the sideline, and then when I go back in, just do my job.
Along the same lines, just kind of how's he coming along? He's been pretty positive.
Yeah, he's, when he first got here, he struggled a little bit, and then he's just came so much further along than I thought he would. And he's really like progressing in Monday Night Football, and he's always been in like my hip pocket, trying to learn, trying to get better, asking questions all the time, and I think he'll be a really good player one day.
A little bit about the job the offensive line did for you guys this week.
Yeah, I think they played really well. They really take pride in being tough and physical. Only one sack. Can't get much better than that. 200 yards plus yards rushing. Played really well. Proud of them.
I didn't see this, but somebody told me that Frazier had a pretty impressive block on the goal line. Basically, took the guy and threw him down. You're smiling. Obviously, you guys watched that.
Well, yeah, we had a unit meeting with the offense, and we were just talking about tough physical plays, and it was just a highlight of Zach Frazier the whole time, about like 6 different times, just pancaking dudes. But yeah, there was one run where Letty scored, and he just kind of chunked his guy. But there's a picture of it. If you go to Letty's Instagram, you can see the guy on the ground and him kind of throwing him. The most impressive one I had was when Letty was stuffed. He had like a 2-yard gain, and Frazier, I don't know if you could see on TV, just kind of starts pushing him, and then it turns into a 20-yard gain almost, which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
What goes through your head as a quarterback when you see that opening kick go back for a touchdown after everything had been going wrong for you guys the past month, and then that happens?
Yeah, I mean, in my head, it's like, all right, let's go answer. I'm telling the O-line, telling the receivers that we're all standing right there. All right, it's our time. Let's go answer and make it a game.
In your opinion, why did the guys up front play better?
I just think they practiced better these last 2 weeks, practiced better, and wanted to make a statement that they're getting better and they're a tough physical unit.
It seemed like guys were ID'd. Where against Baylor, there was some free open guys that got to you. So IDs were okay.
Yeah, I think just their preparation and practice was a lot better, and then Doug got the cast off his hand. He has 2 hands now, helps him a lot too.
How much easier did it make your job after the last 3 games? Letty had been kind of quiet, like 50, 40-yard games. That see him go for over 100 again, which he had 5 times last year.
Yeah.
That has to make you a lot more comfortable as a quarterback, right?
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you have the run game. Working like that really opens up passing lanes, and can stand back there and relax a little bit.
How much of a difference is there between how a team might guard you up until the 20 and then once you get inside the red zone?
What was that? Okay.
How much of a difference is there when a team is defending you like up until the 20 and then once you all do get inside the red zone? They have to change things up, I would guess, right?
Yeah, I mean the windows really shorten up when you get into the red zone. People start manning you up. Windows get smaller. You just got to make tight window throws, or they're going to load the box, and it just becomes man on man. Who's better than who?
You see the same things from teams on film, like week after week. Does everybody kind of have a similar thing, or do teams have their own spin on how they play red zone defense?
I think most teams kind of have their own spin. Some people will play zero. Some people will play some type of zone. Depends, I guess, what they're good at. So everybody really just puts their own spin on it.
Do you see consistent things? Do you think maybe try to take away what you all want to do? For example, slants or certain run plays?
Not really. I think the defense kind of does what they do instead of what we're good at or what we're not good at.
You talked about this some this summer, but what's it like to room with offensive linemen, and do you and Grayson ever get anything to eat, or is it all gone?
Yeah, I mean, they're not too bad. You would think like big old linemen, they're all messy or anything, but we actually got a pretty clean house. It's fun just having them around. They're fun guys to be around. But when actually me and Grayson are more the cook guys, so we'll cook for them. So we actually feed them.
Connecting with Sean on that long pass early in the game, how much did that do for your confidence in the game, and how important is it to get off to a good start as a quarterback?
Yeah, I think it's really important, and I think just having that deep ball caught was huge for my confidence and his, and it really gave us a lot of momentum on offense.